Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with another new show. I am finally going to watch Arcane. I had to wait till Vox Machina was over. We did a bunch of stuff. I'm doing Campaign 2, Critical Role's Campaign 2. I'm doing 2 a week and a live stream on the weekends, and we're going to try to get through 140 episodes. But I have been waiting to get into this. Everyone's been talking about it, and I've been trying to stay in the dark as much as possible. And honestly, I don't really know anything. No one's said anything besides it's League of Legends, which I used to play a lot. I used to come home from the arcade at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, because I would go to the bar after, have a bunch of beers, come home with a 6-pack, and I would play League of Legends till the sun came up, and sometimes go to work still half drunk on like 2 hours of sleep. And it was probably really irresponsible and dangerous, but I was in my 20s. How old is this game? I feel like it might be close to 10 years since I played it. Maybe not that long. Either way, I used to play Volibear. I used to play Master Yi, was it? I think it was Master Yi. I'm trying to think of all the guys that I played, but I feel like, I don't know. I could be totally wrong because like I said, no one spoiled this for me. So here's my thoughts. I'm wondering, one, I see all humans in this picture here. I feel like a lot of the characters I played in the game were animals or creatures. I don't know if they're going to be in this world. This could be a more real version of League of Legends where they just incorporate the humans, because I just think it's interesting that only humans are here, and there's a lot of characters. I see one little one over here, another little one over here, but that little one might be another one of these guys. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say that I think I know. Based on what I remember from the game, I remember the art. I played it a lot. So I do remember the art. I remember the characters, at least back then. You also have to remember, I haven't seen or played the game in a very long time. So I'm assuming there are a lot of new characters that are incorporated. This is what I think. I think the girl front and center with the blue hair, I think that's Jinx. I remember Jinx. I feel like Jinx had a big cannon or a gun. I don't know if she had a big gun that she held like this or like a cannon, but I remember Jinx had blue hair. But I feel like Jinx had like crazy ponytails or something, so it might not be. It could totally be a totally new character, and I'm 100% wrong. I don't know. I feel like next to Jinx, this guy right here, that may be Jace. I probably at some point tried every character at least once or twice, but all I remember was I think he had some kind of staff and he used magic, maybe? I feel like I know this character, but I cannot remember the name. I could be wrong. I feel like she looks familiar. I feel like on the other side of Jinx is Caitlyn. I think it's Caitlyn, had a hat and a big old gun. And I remember she had like a sniper rifle kind of looking thing with a scope or something. I did play her a few times. I feel like that's her because the hair is split. She had multicolored hair. That's gotta be Caitlyn. I feel like I'm the most confident in that character overall. And then next to her is Vi, I believe, because she had pink hair and giant fists, like giant gauntlets that she would use to beat the shit out of people, because that's what you do. I'm going to just jump in because I'm already talking too much. We'll talk after. I'm excited. Let me fix my chair. You guys want to be way ahead, full on edited episodes of this and other shows I do. If you're seeing this on YouTube, odds are we are a couple episodes ahead. Seasons ahead on other shows and hundreds of exclusives you'll only see there. Check it out. If not, here we go, guys. Finally, Season 1, Episode 1, Arcane. Someone did tell me, which isn't really a spoiler because I'm going to watch them anyway. But they said the first 2 are a lot of dialogue. I'm not expecting crazy action off the bat. If I do, then surprise. What is that? Are those the gauntlets? That's gotta be Vi. But their mom, I'm guessing? Awesome that we get a backstory. Oh, she wants to kick the shit out of that dude. All right. So some Riot Games. I remember that name very well. Sometimes intros spoil things. Does that Imagine Dragons? See, I feel like it kind of spoiled things, but hey, we're gonna go with it. We time jumped.
Oh, man.
I just realized behind there is the ponytail. It's definitely Jinx, and that is beautiful. Airships, love me some airships.
Powder, look at me.
Powder?
What did I tell you?
Something must happen and she changes her name.
Who locks their balcony?
She could pick locks. Great. Okay. I saw a staff in the beginning, so I know he's in here. I feel like one of those are the things on the tip of his staff. See, like, I feel like Jace used magic or something. It tapped the wall. What is it gonna do? Oh my god. My guess is, I think Jace was trying to get in that room, and those are the things that he uses. That was a freaking awesome shot.
Not again. I just got this shirt.
Reminds me of Goonies. Let's get out of here. They're going to be hunted by this guy, Pipey McPiperstein.
You're tracking this mess of yours through my streets.
Your streets.
Oh, God, Milo was not ready for that. Oh. Oh, shit. He's taking on 2 dudes. And Vi is still going. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Oh.
Wanna see how that ends?
I give her credit for having the biggest balls here. It's intimidation, but I love it. You son of a bitch.
Come on, Mauser. I need you.
Mauser? Is it a... Oh, God. She got away.
I'm sorry. I tried to fight him off with Mauser, but she didn't work.
All right. We got a little underground. It's a whole friggin' city underground? The last drop. Hey, that dude looks like the dude that gave her the gauntlets. I like her. Who is that?
Anything? Leave us. Don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks.
Is that like weed?
I don't suppose you can explain why it is that I'm hearing about an explosion.
He's a big dude, but it looks like his arms wrapped, and he looks like he's limping.
That
Did
wasn't.
you even stop to think about what could have happened to you? We make ourselves a problem for Piltover, and they will send the enforcers.
I thought in the beginning that that dude was giving her the gauntlets and kind of like being like, hey.
Biggest payout we've ever seen, and she just lost it.
She made a mistake. Like complain about everything.
Yeah, she didn't let her finish.
Brad nonstop. You see this look on my face? This will always mean it's time to shut up.
But
It's like the Joe Pesci thing in court. Your Honor, I understand. No, apparently you don't.
Open up.
For a second, I was like, does this dude not know Vander? Because it seems like Vander runs shit.
There's worse things than enforcers out there.
Hey, so how'd you find that place anyway?
He paid in gold and didn't even haggle. I charged him double price.
Great. They're going to trace it. Yeah. When that kid was talking, I'm like, this is totally how they're going to get caught right here.
We're looking for the culprits.
Got a description?
I know that voice.
Yeah, it's exactly who you're picturing in that thick head of yours.
How did they not think? I mean, it's like all the young kids are screwing things up.
Lovely chap you brought.
That's awesome.
Those who did this will be dealt with.
The council needs someone to make an example of. Give me a name. We'll do things quiet.
I'll have an army of enforcers with me.
We both know how that'll go. If you change your mind, this will reach me.
I feel like Vander is going to have to like die for their sins, so to speak.
I've got these. And you've got those.
Now that I'm thinking of it, though, I feel like she might have had like smoke bombs that actually worked.
That's where Clagger got his foot stuck running from enforcers.
He's peeing off the river.
He was out all night before we found him.
There's just a guy
I
pissing
looked
everywhere they
over
look.
his bucket and nearly fell off trying to draw a giant middle finger. His ass made that splotch. When I was a kid, some guy took my favorite toy and threw it up there. We've all had bad days. But we learn.
These were in my pocket. They're from the apartment.
One tapped a wall and blew up a
Commander?
building.
No, Milo's wrong, Powder. You're stronger than you think.
Ah, that's the shot. That is the exact shot. I love it. What the hell? Look at the size of that fish.
You were supposed to follow them and not interfere.
They just caught us by surprise. The kids. It was their fault. The explosion in the upper city.
Smartest thing you ever said, boy. Get him a meal.
He's up there, but I don't know who this
Our
is.
timeline has moved up. Show me.
And he's just being man one. They're not spoiling it. I like that. I feel like the mouse is gonna get jacked and do something and kill the cat.
Subject in mind.
Someone just volunteered.
That was the most violent thing in the entire show. They murder a cat. I mean, the cat looked like it was an asshole and it was going to attack the rat, but that is the nature of a cat. A cat attacks mice. It's not its fault. I mean, I guess you could say, well, it's not the rat's fault that it fought back and destroyed it. So, hey, I'll play fair. The rat wins. It's survival of the fittest, I guess. The law of the jungle, maybe in this case. I don't know. But I was thinking for a second, it's a rat. Timo kind of looks like a little mousy thing. I don't know what you'd call Timo. I don't even know if they're in this, but I saw a Poppy character looking hooker on the streets. So I know there are creatures. To what extent, I don't know, but I feel like that opened the door for anything. There was a giant fish through the thing they were looking through, and that was Deckard. All right, let me not rant and go all over the place. Let's continue from where we were at the end there. So I started thinking like it looked much bigger and much more violent, Rengar, but I mean, I'm probably thinking way too much about characters in the game. I'm sure they're not going to do things like that. They're probably going to keep it pretty much like on the surface. It's probably going to be just the people we met. I did see it's 10 episodes. So I don't know. I feel like we're establishing the story right here, the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then we'll go from there. I don't think they're going to tap too much into throwing in every character from League of Legends. We haven't seen a bunch of these characters yet. I think the majority, honestly, because the 2 down here we just found out are Vi and Jinx as kids. I didn't realize the girl in the blue who I was like might be Jinx is definitely Jinx. They already called her a Jinx. In this picture, I didn't even notice in the back, you could see she has the ponytail. I didn't notice until I saw the little girl have a ponytail, and then I'm like, wait a second, there's a purplish thing behind her. I didn't notice. So that is 100% Jinx and Vi. Gotta assume that's Caitlyn. I think this is Jace because they showed in the intro a stone Jace. He had the staff, and those blue balls look like the thing that is on the tip of his staff. I got to assume they are extremely expensive and rare and important, and that is why they sent Grayson. Grayson is the lady. I definitely know her voice, the actress's voice in real life. Great actress. I've seen her in a million things, and I can't think of one, but I know the voice immediately. It's very unique, and I dig it. It's great for voice acting. She made a deal with Vander. Vander, if I'm not mistaken, I am assuming is the guy in the beginning that found Vi and Jinx when I'm assuming that was their mother because they cried, obviously. They did a bunch of things with just emotions conveying what was going on. We have to assume these are the things that happened. I thought that Vander was dropping the gauntlets as if to say, you need these more than me. And I'm like, whoa, you're giving these to a very young kid. But I guess that was his way of dropping the gauntlets because he did what he needed to do, and then he picked them up and carried them away. He now is basically their father, so to speak, but Vander runs shit in what I feel they called the lanes. Is this the underground city or am I wrong? I'm assuming it's the underground city as a whole. Like the lanes is the underground city. He had the last drop bar. I'm assuming that was Vander's bar. He's pouring the beers. So he runs the bar. He runs shit. He pretty much runs everything. Grayson comes right to him. Echo, I believe, was the name of the kid who I've got to assume, I don't know. He said a guy came here and I sold him a bunch of crap and I charged him double and it didn't even faze him. I am assuming that when they robbed the place and got the little blue balls, I'm assuming that was Jace's place, maybe? I don't know. I got to stop thinking too deep into things like that. But whatever it was, they stole something that was extremely powerful and it tapped a wall and blew up a building. And now Jinx is just carrying him around in her pocket. Like, what caused it to hit the wall and explode? Because that would lead me to believe that if Jace just like falls on her ass, she could blow up the whole house. I don't know how they take effect. I don't know how they work exactly, but that's dangerous. At the end, we see the kid they beat the shit out of was the one that was paid to follow them, but he wasn't supposed to intervene, and he did, and that's what created all these problems. So he's blaming, oh, well, they made an explosion go off up there, and if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have been an issue, and blah, blah, blah. But he should have just followed his job, but that's the point. It's a story. It's the point of it is he didn't follow his job, and now, at the very last part, at the very end, he goes, yeah, we need like a subject or a guinea pig or a volunteer. I think he used the word volunteer. And he goes, we just got one. Because Deckard is going to be the volunteer to have this shit put in him. The rat was this tiny, the size of my fist, maybe a little bigger, drank the shit and looked like it turned into a giant beast that immediately just shredded the cat. Now, granted, it's a cat, but they didn't show us how big it got. It looked like it turned at least to the size of a tigerish cat. The mouse, like the size of a tiger, is my guess. But it could have been worse. Maybe I'm not crazy and it is Rengar, but that would be crazy if they turned a rat into Rengar. But I don't think that's the case. I just think I'm wanting things to happen that are totally insane. Who is the man in this picture? He looks like he's got a messed up eye. They're calling him Man 1. So I don't know who the heck that is, but they're keeping it a secret. They're keeping it a mystery. I've got to assume at some point we're going to time jump again because Jinx is being called Powder. They're throwing us the reference that she's a Jinx, aka that's what she's going to become. In the intro, they also showed Vi and Jinx as adults, and it looked like they were shooting at each other. Maybe that was just for effect because it didn't seem like they were ripped apart or anything at this point. And there was a couple times like I started thinking, oh shit, Powder overheard them ragging on her. So maybe she bails and hates Vi for it or something like that. But that didn't really happen. She did come back. And then honestly, Vi had a great little talk with her on the roof. I think that was a great talk. Like she's like, all of us fuck up and like, you know, shit happens. Just like deal with it. And I feel like that worked. And that was a great speech. I love Clagger. He could hold his own. Milo could hold his own. They're all a great group of dudes. And now this mystery dude over here is making a super powered Deckard, I'm assuming. Grayson basically said, tell me who it is or give me somebody or I'm going to come back here with a bunch of enforcers. I can't help but think that Vander's going to die because he's not going to turn in these girls because they are like his kids now. And he's trying to show them like we all did this kind of shit when you're younger. You got to be better than that. You got to be smarter than that. I feel like they're really tapping into, especially with all the young people, all the little kids messed up the worst. Like the younger you are, the bigger you messed up in this episode. I'm going to jump into another one. I got to know more of what's going on. You guys want to be way ahead. If you're seeing this on YouTube, there is a chance I'm at least 2 or 3 episodes ahead at this point. It depends when it drops. If it drops today, if you see it's only been out for 1 day, I might only have one other episode up. It was number 2 in the vote on Patreon this month, but you guys go check out the link for Patreon if you want to see more of what I do. Full unedited episodes of all the shows, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, and hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.